What is up, retailers? Welcome to this week's live workshop. And we're calling this one the Scorecard Advantage Workshop for Retailers. So by the end of this little workshop, you will be very well on your way to creating a scorecard in your business. And most of all, you'll have an understanding on why a retail scorecard is necessary for your retail business. Okay. So if you're just joining me, my name is Alvin. I am the business coach that helps retailers improve their cash flow and profitability. Today's workshop is not going to be very long at all. We'll try and keep it under 10 minutes, and hopefully I can drop a lot of value for you. And my main aim is that after you do this workshop, you'll have enough homework and things to do for the next week until we meet again for another live workshop. And you'll be able to build your scorecard for your retail business very, very easily. So this workshop has a worksheet associated with it. You'll be seeing as I'll be talking through it. If you want a copy of the worksheet, just pop the word worksheet below, and we'll make sure we get the copy of the worksheet out to you, I guess. Okay, cool. Let's rock and roll. Let me just get this StreamYard thing happening with my presentation. There we go. There's the Scorecard Advantage with that awesome fighter jet. And so let's rock and roll. Fantastic. So the main problem is if you don't have a scorecard for your business, if you essentially have no way of understanding what is happening in your business. And when I talk about understanding, I'm talking about some basic things like if you're trying to figure out where the cash is going in your business, like where is your money at the end of the month, if you're trying to understand what your profitability is, and you've got no way of comparing it to sort of a previous period or a previous seasonal period in your retail business. Other things that are really important to have in your scorecard are some other metrics that are pertinent to your business. And so the whole idea is if you don't have a scorecard or a way of representing it, then really you've got no idea of what's happening in your business, right? And you're probably going to be trying to implement new strategies or use some new initiatives, and you might try them in your business. And, you might find that, hey, this is not really working. But when in actual fact, you've actually got no way of knowing that this is working, right? So that's one of the craziest things there that's happening. And look, this happened to me when I was running my pharmacy-based business. I was in the same boat in the beginning. I had no freaking idea if any of the strategies that I was implementing in my business was working, right? Until I got some help with this stuff. And that's why I'm really, really keen on helping you and make some major shifts in your business in the next 7 days, in your retail business, okay? And so what's the cause of this, right? So as we all know, quite often as retail business owners, we're more than likely running around trying to do everything ourselves. And, if we're not on the floor, if we're at the register, trying to put out fires with our team, we've got some HR issues that are happening in store, or possibly in the current environment that we're going on now, you're really short-staffed. And the other cause, I think, is that, the same thing happened to me. Your accountant or bookkeeper gives you all this paperwork at the end of a reporting period, whether it might be, monthly or quarterly. And you're like, what do I do with all these numbers? Because they just really don't mean shit. And remember, it's not up to the accountant to help us make sense out of these numbers, right? And so they just basically give you all of these sheets of information, financial information. And quite often it'd be like, fuck it. What does all this mean? I've got so many other things to do in my retail shop. And we tend to put it to one side. And so I think this is a real, real problem that us as retailers face, because we've got so much going on in our business, and we're spending too much time doing the other things. But this is one of the important pieces that we need to get right, okay? And if we get it right, we are going to be like this husky that's got their head out the window on a convertible. Once we get it right, we're going to develop XRay Vision into our business, okay? So what does that mean? So we're going to know which way the cash is flowing in our business, how it's flowing through our business. We're going to be able to understand the profitability that is happening in our business a bit better. We're going to know our margins a lot more, right? We're just going to have further transparency of what's happening inside our business, because it's just going to be like wearing X-ray vision goggles. We'll be able to see what actually is going on. And that is so powerful, because once you can see what is actually going on in your business, you have a proper way that you can make some decisions, that you can have a proper way of knowing, empirical way of knowing that whatever changes that you're causing in your business. So when I talk about changes, whatever marketing changes that you've got going on, initiatives that you've brought into the business, little strategy tweaks that you're doing. And once you have a proper scorecard set up, you'll be able to know exactly what is happening in your business and whether the initiatives are bringing the results that you want. And you can empirically, the numbers don't lie. And that's what's so important about getting it right. And that's what's so important about creating a scorecard for your retail business. So here is what you need to do, okay? As I said, there is this worksheet. You can grab a copy of this, just pop the word worksheet below, and the team will get it out to you. So let's rock and roll. So, first thing is you need to get on to accrual accounting. Okay, so basically accrual accounting is a way of recording your data where you record the expenses and the income as and when it occurs, okay? There's cash accounting as well, which some accountants do, but for you yourself, you need to start using the accrual method, because you want to know exactly what is happening in your business right at this time, because that's going to be so important for you making the business. The next part you need to make sure is you need to have a balance sheet, right? So I'm sure your accountant or bookkeeper hands you one of these. And, if it's not summarized in one page, that's your first task, is to get your accountant or your bookkeeper to summarize your balance sheet on one page. Because once you have your balance sheet, you're going to be able to see the full picture of your business. And the important thing is you're going to be able to get the numbers from that balance sheet. And one, you're going to start to make sense out of them, because you're actually now going to spend the time to understand what each of these numbers mean. But then from there, you'll be able to use that data and move to the next step in your scorecard, okay? So the third thing you need an income statement from your accountant or bookkeeper. And, if you're unfamiliar with what an income statement is, it really is just the flow of income through your business over a certain period. Okay, so you're going to need these bits of information. So there's a little bit of either digging up reports from what your accountant or your bookkeeper has given you, and you just need to grab these three things out, right? Everything else, not that I want you to ignore them, but when you start to build your financial scoreboard, these are the three major bits of information that you need. And then from there, we are going to build a cash flow statement. So the cash flow statement that we build as a retail business owner is slightly different to what your accountant may give you or your bookkeeper may give you. What we want to do is build a cash flow statement in real time. I just really want to emphasize this, and I'm going to do this and make myself big again. So when you build, this really revolutionized the way I did business when I was running my pharmacies. When you have a cash flow statement that you build in real time, it actually gives you real-time data, funnily enough. And what you can start to see when you build your cash flow statement, and I recommend you do it on a weekly basis, is that you record your income that's coming in, and you record your expenses that you physically paid out from your bank account that week. And your end figure should marry up with what's in your bank account figure, right? So this poses a little bit of issue for some retailers, because there's a little bit of naughty cash business happening. What I would implore all your retailers to be doing is to ensure that you're banking all your cash and into your bank account. Okay, so no funny business, because if you start to do a little bit of funny business, not only do you put yourself up for risk, but it makes it really hard to run your business in an optimal fashion, and makes it really difficult for you to understand what is happening in your business, because if there's a little bit that you're not banking, or a little bit that's going everywhere, it makes it really, really difficult. So really important that we start to build our cash flow statement, which we need to do weekly, by the way. So typically our trading weeks are Monday to Sunday. And so we usually build this on a Sunday night or a Monday, depending when you're trading. And as a retail business owner, I really implore you to do this yourself for the first 12 weeks or 24 weeks yourself before you outsource this to another team member or even get your accountant to do it. Because the physical act of doing it, you will start to see the ebbs and flows in your business, but you'll get a deeper understanding for what kind of income is coming in and what kind of expenses are rolling out of your business. Okay, so super important. And yeah, don't pull reports off Xero or MyOb or anything like that. Not that they're not good. They're dependent, obviously, on the accuracy of your data. But when you do it yourself in a simple method, and you can have a look at some of my other videos on how we build a cash flow statement for your retail business, it just becomes so powerful. And now we are getting to the exciting part, which is now we can start to build our scorecard or our KPI dashboard, right? So key performance indicators, I just want to emphasize this again. So let me get myself big again. So KPIs, key performance indicators, are so important, right? I harp on about this all the time. So the deal with setting up some key performance indicators in your business is so important, because eventually what I want you as a business owner, I want you to be doing all the things that you love doing outside of your business, and you want to be able to run your business through your KPI dashboard, majoritively. And so what that means is you want to be able to see the results that are happening in your business, and then you want to start to tweak those levers that are going to be driving your business forward. And the best way to do that is to have a KPI dashboard set up. Oh man, I'm going overboard. So let me just let me just finish this up before I lose everybody's attention. So there's what you need to do. You need to make sure you get those little bits of information from your accountant or bookkeeper, build your own cash flow statement, and then you take that data and you build your KPI dashboard. And I've spoken about your KPI dashboard that's got a few other metrics that are pertinent to your retail business in there, but that's what you need to do. And that is going to give you full transparency of what's going on in your business. It sounds like a lot of work, but really in the beginning, when you're working with somebody like a coach or a mentor, hint, hint, we can help you set this up, and it really becomes so easy, and you'll be actually kicking yourself that you haven't been doing this from the beginning. And so once you start to hit some, for you to be hitting these home runs in your retail business, we need to start, this is backwards again, what's going on? Anyway, you need to start recording your revenue, as we spoke about earlier. We need to start matching our revenue and expenses. So that's what I meant by, having it within that time period in that accrual format. We need to start recording our expenses. This is building our cash flow statement from all the information that we have. And then we are going to know our scorecard, right? And then from using that scorecard, we will be able to make some intelligent decisions in our business. So let me just go back there. So that's how we build a meaningful scorecard for our retail business. Like I said, if you have any questions, just make sure you pop them in the comments below. If you want some help with this stuff in your retail business, just send us a message, and one of the team and myself will reach out for you, or actually just put the word scorecard below and one of the team will reach out to you. If you want a copy of that worksheet, again, just put the word worksheet, and yeah, we can get that worksheet out to you. So until next week, I hope you found that useful. And really, with the information that you've got here, I really implore you to use the next 7 days to start to build out your scorecard in your retail business. So until next week, I'm going to do my cheesy smile again for the team to put a YouTube picture. And I'll see you next week. Cheesy smile coming.